Decide on what you believe in, and then you will connect with the right people. But everything starts with a belief.
You're watching the Hersh Condos Digital Experience. And here's your host, Mitch Parker.
Welcome to episode 9 of the Hersh Condos Digital Experience, and you are in for a serious treat today. I am sitting with 3 incredible real estate agents who all sell a lot of real estate. On my direct right, I have Todor. Over from him is Jonathan, and on the far end is Lashika. Guys, thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
The goal of today's episode is anybody who's watching or listening just to get a ton of value and insight into what it's like to sell pre-construction condos. So why don't we start with, how long have you been in real estate for?
Exactly 6 years at the end of December.
Wow, okay, 6 years. I thought you were in much longer. You seem
Nope.
like you're more experienced.
6 years.
Amazing.
Not
amazing.
even 6 years yet.
And what about you, sir?
9 years.
9 years now. And Lashika?
Well, I've been in real estate environment for about 7 years now, but I started selling almost 2 years ago.
Between all the business that you generate, what percentage is resale versus pre-construction?
In my case, is pre-construction 100%.
So you're solely focusing on pre-construction?
Correct.
Amazing. And Jonathan?
For me, it's roughly about 90% resale and 10%, I would say, pre-construction.
Amazing.
And
Lashika?
I'm just the opposite. 90% pre-construction and 10% would be resale.
Nice. And that's a perfect segue into what was your first pre-construction deal? Do you remember it? Is it a cool story? Tell us a little bit more about it.
So my first pre-construction deal was actually a little bit funny. I got fired from working at the bank. So then after getting let go, a couple of years later, I had the fear of getting into pre-con. But obviously I have a really good friend in the industry, and by association, he gave me a random call one day. It was a Saturday. Just got back from going out, and then he's like, listen, I got a unit for you if you want it. So the first person I called was my ex-manager. So she's like, what's up? What's going on? I'm like, listen, I got a real opportunity for you. I guarantee you'll make some returns. I know we may not have the best relationship, but I'm still looking for your best interest. Do you want this? I got to meet you at the sales site at 3 o'clock. She's like, but it's 1:30. I'm like, I know you've been looking for this. If you don't show up by 3 o'clock, you're going to lose the opportunity. And yeah, she showed up. And from that day on, she's been one of my bestest clients. She's bought numerous condos with me. So yeah.
That's amazing. What a cool first story.
So my ex-boss killed my clients. So
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. How did you guys go about training for pre-construction? How did you learn? Because obviously you take your courses at Oria or whoever they were through when we got our license, and it was more like resale focused, right? So where did you go to get your education and your training for pre-construction?
Well, pretty much in all my experience, the only people that I've been exposed to that teach how to sell pre-construction condos is Hersh.
Amazing.
Because the other marketing companies are great and they have great projects, but they don't really take the time to organize and explain the process. So you kind of learn by trial and error. And the difference is that, with my first few deals, projects with Hersh is like you come in, and I really come to every meeting still to hear the same message over and over and over, because I need to get out of the way to make it happen. And the message is just bring your clients, don't talk to them, don't tell them, bring your clients here and let us do what we do best.
One of the reasons I started coming to the events that Hersh always puts on, because he really takes it down to the nitty-gritty of things and explain to you exactly how to get it done. You just bring the people in, and then they'll take care, exactly what Tudor said, take care of you, explain the entire process, because they know the product more than we do. Our job is really just to expose the project through ways of social media. I mean, they even tell you how to post, they send you all the marketing, and it really makes it completely easy for you to be successful.
There seems to be among some agents I don't know if it's a negative connotation about pre-construction or they don't sell pre-construction for whatever reason. What do you think or are the main reasons why not more agents get involved in selling pre-construction?
They just don't understand it. It's a different niche within real estate, and as much time as you spend learning how to work with buyers and how to work with listing homes, it's the same amount of time, the same amount of effort that one has to spend in learning pre-construction.
I mean, most realtors are more hang on the fact that they can get paid the entire commission within, 30, 60, 90 days, and not realizing that it creates kind of like a passive income.
And that's the exact same way that I look at it. It's like you're building an annuity for yourself where, you put in the work, and then eventually the ones that you sold 3, 4, 5 years ago start to pay out. And then, you're able to generate a ton of business that year, but then you have all that income coming in from older deals and you're like, wow, like this is incredible. So somebody who's watching or listening that does resale and is thinking to themselves, you know what? I want to get into pre-construction, but they don't have any connections with builders and they're not going to get allocation. What would be a way that you guys think, or an action item that they can take right now and put into place to help them get closer to that?
Make sure you get out there. There are a lot of seminars that, for example, Hersh Condos does. If you just keep sitting at your house and then just keep thinking, okay, and I'm not doing well, I'm not doing this, I'm not getting deals, I don't get allocations, of course you're not going to get it. So come out, attend these seminars, get to know more people, come see you again and again. That's how you will remember them, that yes, they are out in the market. And that's exactly what I did. I was going out to these events, even though I have a client or I don't have a client for that specific project, I make sure I attend those events, because then people will remember me that yes, I am out in the market, I am working. And then product knowledge is, I think, very important for somebody who's starting new. They should know about the areas, they should know what project is about to come, maybe year away from today or maybe in 2 years' time. Just because when you talk to clients, if you have everything on your tips, that really helps a lot.
We just ran a sale event where an agent legitimately had his license, I think, for 48 hours before we ran the sale. And he went out and he did a lot of advertising on social media, on Instagram especially. He did an incredible job. And he made sure that he was first in line. So here was a guy that had no affiliation to any specific builder. No one knew who he was. He was not getting allocation. He was just number one in line. And he ended up doing 7, 8 deals that day. So well over 100, probably might have been $200,000 in commission that day. So it also comes down to how hard you're willing to work and really what you're willing to do to get there. Let's transition into one of the biggest questions that everybody wonders. What's going to happen with the market in the next couple of years? What are your opinions? Where's it going to go? What are prices going to be like?
I read an article. It says there that Toronto specifically at that point of time had maximum number of construction cranes out there.
And out of any city in the world.
Yeah. So there's a lot of construction that's coming in, but then at one point of time, there won't be any more new land available to build. So whatever is existing there, that will be the demand, but there won't be enough supply. So I think that's one of the major factors that is going to take the prices really high. Again, don't know how much it will be, but yes, prices wise, I think it's going to be another New York City.
I came to Canada 30 years ago, and I remember at that time as an immigrant to the city, you could go into pretty much any area of the city and there were apartments available for rent. That's not how you rent apartments today. Right? I mean, there's really nothing available and it's so competitive. It's like the moment you see something, you have to jump in right away, ready with your applications and credit checks. But now I think about 25 years ago and what it is today, I'm like, wow, the city is really busting with growth and people coming in, and that's why prices are going up. So it's not only developers building buildings, but it's also cities building the infrastructure to support a lot more people that are coming in.
Last question. One piece of advice that somebody watching can put into action right now.
Be proactive, be out there in the market, whether you're starting new or you've been there for a while. It's important to be on top. Whatever you're doing, just do it with full heart.
You really have nothing to lose. Like, what do you have to lose? The minute you make that one sale, you literally have an amazing high. You'll be at top of the cloud, and then you'll start building that momentum. So yeah, so just jump.
For me, it's decide on what you believe in, and then just act out of your beliefs, and then you will connect with the right people. But everything starts with a belief.
So you have to truly believe
You have
whatever
to
you're
believe.
going to pitch.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Just love what you're doing.
Yeah.
Just love what you
Yeah.
do. That's it. This was an incredible conversation. Thank you all so much for being here. This is actually, I think this has been my favorite episode to date. This was just an awesome conversation back and forth. With that, this has been episode 9 of the Hersh Condos Digital Experience. Thank you all for being here. If you like what you heard or watched, please share it. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. We are available on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes. You can find us on Instagram, all your favorite social media channels. Until next time, have a successful day.
Thanks for listening to the Hersh Condos Digital Experience. Stay tuned for more exciting content. Subscribe to our channel and make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms.